Welcome to the Hodge Podcast. I am your host, Steve Hodge, and joining me as always is my co-host, cousin, and lover, Kevin Hodge.
Yeah, how's it going, everyone?
We decided to do kind of like a half episode because episode 2 we're going to record when I'm actually out in Davenport visiting. So we're going to be in the same room rather than over Skype talking to each other. And so we decided that we just get drunk on St. Paddy's Day and record one while we're, doing dumb shit. So
it might be terrible, might be our best one ever. I mean, we'll see.
Who knows? My brother will probably be a little guest star, and whoever else is there at the time. I don't know who or what. But it should be fun. That'll be uploaded Saturday morning, afternoonish. So we just decided that we could get a little half episode to kind of sum up what we were saying about Eric Church last week and just have an episode to tide you over until the next one, because I know you're just waiting for it.
Yeah, I've gotten hundreds of emails about people just,
me too.
Just chomping at the bit for another episode.
45,000 tweets, I believe, already, and it's just like, damn, people. It's just weird seeing as I only have 12 followers.
It's actually just the same person tweeting repeatedly.
Yeah, very dedicated fan. It's kind of creepy. They're stalking me. Anyway, so I figured, we'll just kind of, because we realized right as we finished the episode last week that we never actually said whether or not Eric Church is country, not country, or a sellout. So we kind of failed in our first episode.
Whatever. Literally led the segment off saying, and at the end we'll answer this question, and then literally did not even answer the only thing we said we were going to do. So, yeah, that's also the point of this little mini half episode.
Yeah. So, we'll try to not fuck up this time. But anyway, we can start off with yesterday you went to see Cody Johnson.
Yes, I did. So went to Iowa City and saw Cody Johnson at the First Avenue Club with Choate and Alyssa. Shout out to them. And Raj came with, so shout out to him too. And Raj's brother and his brother's roommate, so shout out to them too, I guess. So we went to this venue. So I wanted to talk about the venue a little bit before actually talking about Cody Johnson. So this place is like it's a kind of like a banquet hall. Like it has those kind of events. So you're like in the basement of that. So the ceilings are like regular room height ceilings. Like they're not they're not high, and they got like the false ceilings that you can like push up the little tiles and shit. So like it worked well for Cody Johnson because he's on an elevated stage, but the dude's like 5'8", so he doesn't have to worry. But like all I thought about the whole time was like if Trace Adkins was in this place, his head would just be hitting the ceiling the entire time. Also, I don't think they have it figured out how loud it needs to be when you're in a small venue in a basement with low ceilings. But literally my right ear is still ringing because we were right next to the speaker, and so I really can't hear anything out of that ear. So if I sound ridiculous this whole pod, that's why, because I sound weird to myself when I talk. But yeah, so Cody Johnson was amazing, as always. We've seen him a couple times. Yeah, we've seen him a couple times, or I've seen him a couple times.
I've only seen him the one time, actually. The first time when we went to Chicago and we were supposed to go home, but we decided to get drunk and go out with Phil after instead.
Which was a great time. Absolutely great time.
Oh, yes. Definitely.
Yeah, but he was great. Small venues, like we kind of talked about last time, are just way better. I was probably, 15, 20 feet away from him the entire time, so it was just amazing.
And you grabbed him by the wiener.
I did, and now I'm not allowed to see him live ever again.
Oh, I hope it was worth it, Kevin.
It was. But the one thing I wanted to say about his show that I thought was really awesome was, so I feel like he kind of did something like this last time, but I can't remember. But he stopped the show at one point and was just like, if there are any like former or current military member, active duty people, raise your hand. If there are any police officers or EMTs or firemen, just anything like that, like just like raise your hand, and like everyone who raised their hand, like let's give a round of applause to them. And then he went from that into the song "Kiss Goodbye," which is an amazing song. But I didn't realize until he played it live that that's not just like a breakup song. I thought and had it in my mind that it was just a breakup song. Like the whole thing is he's going to go see his girl for the last time. He's going to break up with her, and he's like really sad about it. But it's actually about him going to see his girl for the last time before he goes overseas. Like I didn't pick that up the first. I mean, I've listened to that song a bunch of times, but I didn't pick that up.
Well, we know how terrible I am at picking up songs messages, so it's
this is also a fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I didn't pick that up until he played it live.
I'm a songwriter.
And apparently a very bad one.
Well,
no, I'm just kidding.
We know that for sure.
But I like that song that much more now because I actually listened to the words and got that message out of it, and it's awesome.
Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, then we get to go see him again in April. So that's gonna be at Joe's Bar, which is nice because that's where we saw him last time, and I love going to concerts there.
Absolutely.
Granted, I like going to Joe's Live better because it's closer, but
yeah, but I have a feeling that at Joe's Bar I won't be, deafened in one ear because they'll figure out their fucking sound.
Yeah. Well, he's also bigger than he was last time, so I'm wondering if it'll be more crowded. Because I remember last time it was pretty open.
Yeah, it really was. And the First Avenue Club, they announced that it had sold out. So if Iowa City sells out, I have to imagine Chicago would, or at least close.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, of course, I don't think we'll ever luck out and have another concert like Luke Combs where we were standing front row.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was good. And then those girls behind us are just like, I don't know who this is. Like,
God.
Get out. Yeah, well, I can't wait to see him again. And obviously Lauren's super excited because she's obsessed with the song With You I Am, as I am as well.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic song.
Oh, yes. So I can't wait for that. But last night we went and saw Kong. So I had a better night than you, obviously. It was actually a really entertaining movie. It was, there were some really corny parts in it, but it was better than Godzilla, that's for sure.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. John C. Reilly was hilarious in it, but that's not a surprise at all because it's John C. Reilly.
Dr. Steve Brule and a giant ape.
I'm on Zord soon. Turn this thing off, I'm dry. But yeah, so anyway, that's sweet. I can't wait to see Cody Johnson again. But so we could go back into Eric Church. We wanted to kind of...
Is this Eric Church?
Is this Eric Church? So we wanted to go back into kind of what we missed last week. We're new at this, so we're getting it right. Kind of, maybe not.
We'll figure it out eventually, we promise.
We just kind of want to talk about his effect on the country scene and for better, for worse, if he's helping or hurting what country music is. And obviously, in our opinion, he's helping more than hurting. But
absolutely,
yeah. But the thing, I looked it up, and he said Eric Church has played Lollapalooza, and he played at the Metallica's Orion Music Festival.
That's awesome.
Yeah. In high school, we played baseball, golf, basketball, and football. What a stud. But this is my favorite fact. Back when Eric Church, we kind of wanted to talk about how he just does what he wants, and he, no matter what your opinion on his music is, he's always sticks to his guns and just does what he wants, what he thinks is right, what he wants to do with his own music. He doesn't want anyone to control what he's doing. And my favorite fact is, even before he was known from, anything from Chief way before that, when he was opening for Rascal Flatts, he got kicked off the tour for playing too long.
Also, my favorite fact, because that means he saved people from having to deal with Rascal Flatts for any amount of time longer than they already were forced to listen to.
Yeah.
So, fighting the good fight from the start.
And in a way, he helped kickstart Taylor Swift's career because she was the one they brought in after they kicked him off to open for him. So, thanks, Eric Church, for giving us Taylor Swift.
God damn it.
But yeah, that's probably like my favorite thing about him. But the one thing I do have to say about him with the sticking to his own guns is that I think it was Trigger said it on Saving Country Music once, is that he knows he's what he is, so he just kind of plays it more than he should. He like wants to let people know, like, yeah, I do what I want, and you have to put up with it. He's not super modest about it.
They are who we thought they were.
They are who we thought they were, yes. But I mean, I still love that does his own thing.
Absolutely. I would, and I get that he does have a lot of songs in that variety.
Like we talked about Mr. Misunderstood and how it's kind of like a you could be like me type thing.
Yeah, but I also still think like that I would much rather him be a good artist making good music, and if his repetition is in that regard, that's better than him becoming a sellout douchebag and then playing the same kind of shitty songs over and over again just to be on the radio. Like, that is a much worse way of repetition than just like, I'm good at making music, so I'm going to make the same kind of shit.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, you wanted to talk about his championing the downfall of scalpers.
Oh yeah, so there's one article I saw that he bought back like 25,000 tickets that were originally just purchased by the secondary market for resale, and he bought them back and then sold them, or I don't know if he sold them through his own website or however, but basically he took them off the scalp market to be resold at the actual face value so that people can pay what the ticket price is supposed to fucking be, instead of, Ticketmaster or whatever the hell saying, I got this $15 ticket, pay me $110. So I think that's awesome. I think that kind of goes with him doing his own thing. Like he doesn't buy into the whole mainstream idea of let's sell out in every possible way, because if he was trying to sell out super hard, then he would be like, absolutely, let's have all these tickets sold for way too much money because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty much like what Sturgill's doing also. He was talking about how he doesn't want to screw over the people that have been following him since he was playing little bars. He wants those people to come out and see him. He's not trying to earn top dollar for everything. He just wants to play to play. And
yeah.
I gotta love that. Like, I love that when Garth Brooks did that when he did his return tour. Every single ticket in every venue was the same exact price, because he's just like, I just want people to come. He doesn't want someone to pay $250 for a nice seat and then the other person pay $30 for a shitty one.
Exactly, and doing it that way, he manages to have just multiple nights of shows. Like, I know when he started that tour off in Chicago, wasn't it like 3 or 4 nights in a row of full sellout? Like, yeah,
I think so. Well, because I remember when he returned for like one concert. I think it was a charity thing or something. He just sold it as many times as it would sell out, and he ended up selling 9 nights in a row.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I think, like, as an artist, I feel like, wouldn't you rather have that, where you just have that many people that want to see you, rather than let's try to gouge as much money out of one night? Like, isn't the whole point of, like, playing music and doing it as a profession that you want to play your music for people? Like, I think that's so much cooler and so much better when people do it like that.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. So I just really, I love that Eric Church is fighting all that, and, just kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. So the big question that we missed even though we said we were going to talk about it last time. Country, not country, sellout, any combination of bad, shitty things. What is your opinion?
I gotta go country with kind of an asterisk, because he does obviously have the rock influence, but he's even publicly said that a lot of influences of his are Pantera, Metallica, and AC/DC, so you know that's in there, but I gotta go country mostly because he sticks to his guns. He actually writes songs that mean something, as much as I don't really like Drink in My Hand or some of the other just party songs that are meant to be party songs. He has so many songs that actually mean something that you can fall in love with. So I definitely got to say country.
Yep, I agree completely. For sure, country in my book. Obviously, same thing. He has a lot of rock influences, and he has a lot of songs that are just straight up rock songs. Yeah. But I think as far as the spectrum goes, you can play as many rock songs with your country and still be awesome, because then you're just leaning towards like that southern rock genre, which is still great, versus the other end of the spectrum of making pop country and being shitty. And I feel like if he was going to be a sellout, he would stop writing his songs. He would just get people to write terrible songs for him, and he would just, make an album every single year and just churn them out and be terrible. He doesn't do that. So, yeah, definitely country, not a sellout. I feel like we kind of made that obvious when we were doing the pod last time, but then totally just did not fucking include this part of the segment at all.
Yeah, the one thing I forgot about that, you were just reminding me, is I did want to talk about the one thing I always have respect for with artists is when they write all their own songs. And
absolutely.
I'm looking through his stuff, and his first 2 CDs he wrote every single song. Third one wrote every single song. I'm pretty sure he's written every song. Yeah, I mean, obviously he's had co-writers, but he's written every single song he's put on a CD. But like I said before, I don't remember if Caldwell County is covers or originals, but I wouldn't doubt it if he wrote them all, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm an idiot, so I can't find it anywhere online. I'm sure it's somewhere online saying whether or not he wrote it and all that crap, but
yeah,
I don't want to have dead air and go searching for it. So, but yes, we have answered. We believe he's country.
Breaking news.
And as obviously we said, as the first episode, we wanted to go into someone who we knew, who we could talk about without being like, well, I think he did this, even though I still say I think a lot because I'm stupid. But
you don't think.
I've never thought in my life. But yeah, so yeah, we have answered it, and we're Eric Church, go in
America.
But yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about is last time I talked about the CDs that were coming out. As we're going to do every week, is I'm going to try and say which one. Like, I was looking up all the CDs that are coming out within the next month and everything, and there's a lot of people I've literally never heard of. So I kind of want to start. I want to see if I could find any of their songs, go into them, and listen to some of them, so I can actually recommend good ones rather than being like, freaking Jimmy McBobface has a new CD coming out this week. Never heard of him, but you might want to check it out.
I like his old stuff. He's not as good. Recently.
Yeah, Jimmy McBobface is pretty all right in my book. But yeah. So, but I went and I listened to Deep South by Josh Turner and Trophy by Sonny Sweeney these past yesterday and today, and Josh Turner's CD, the highs are very high, the lows are pretty low. His song, like the opening song, Deep South, it's just another one of those, like, if you've never heard of Charlie Pride, you're obviously not from the Deep South. I'm like, oh, shut up. Like,
if you've never heard of Charlie Pride, you just have never heard of Charlie Pride. I don't think that
it's just
anything to do with where you're from.
It's just one of those songs where it's just like, I understand, having pride of where you're from and everything, but it's just another one of those, I'm a Southern guy and I know Southern things because I'm a Southern person and listen to my Southern ways, and it's just one of those annoying
True,
songs.
and to not to totally go into another artist, but with that point, I feel like it'd be a good thing to bring up. But like, I know we're kind of split on our opinion of the Aaron Lewis song "Northern Redneck" because I still like it, and
I hate that song.
and you do not like it at all. But that kind of thing, you know, about how there's so many country songs that are from the perspective of, I grew up in a small town in the South, and if you're not from here, then fuck you. I know what I'm talking about. You just wouldn't understand. Like, and I just hate that whole idea because, first of all, anyone who's driven through, you know, rural Midwest or like, you know, Wisconsin or like Minnesota, like there's so many small towns and just straight up hillbillies in just throughout the Midwest and just all over the place. So just because you're, you know, grew up below the Mason-Dixon line does not mean you're automatically like, you know, come out of the womb and like, oh, here's your banjo. And it's just like, it doesn't, I just hate that whole idea. So, so that's kind of upsetting that he kicks off the first album in, what was it, like 3-4 years or whatever, kicks it off with, I'm from the South, you're not, fuck you.
Yeah, well, it's his first CD actually in 5 years. Punching Bag came out in 2012. But the highs of this CD, like there are some other ones that are whatever. I can't think of all of them off the top of my head, but the song Never Had a Reason is probably my favorite. I thought Lay Low was going to stay my favorite on that CD, but Never Had a Reason, it's just this awesome song about like there's a line in it, I've never had to cook for two because I've never had a reason. And it's just kind of a song about like obviously being with someone now, and like there was one, I've always wanted to show someone my hometown, but I've never had a reason. And it's just a really good love song. And then the song Wonder is also really good. But this, like the songs we talked about, Hometown Girl, that's just a mediocre, blah, stereotypical kind of cliche country song. Mm-hmm. But obviously he makes every song sound good because it's his voice. Yeah,
no, if nothing else, he is extremely talented, so at least there's that.
Yeah, but Lay Low, Wonder, and Never Had a Reason are very, very good songs, and I love those. I suggest you check. Obviously you've heard Lay Low, but Never Had a Reason and Wonder, I definitely suggest checking those out. Mm-hmm. But the other CD that came out, Sonny Sweeney's Trophy, that CD is a 10 across the board. It is amazing. Nice. I had no doubt with it coming out because I had heard.
Well, I checked out the ones that were out. I haven't listened to the rest of the album yet, but the ones that were out on Spotify as of when we recorded the first episode, I had listened to those, and those were amazing. Like they were just
better bad idea and Bottle by My Bed are both amazing songs.
Oh yeah,
and so I'm really happy. The rest of the CD it's phenomenal. So I'm very happy. I had no doubt about it because Sonny Sweeney is amazing. But I want to listen to it again because I haven't listened. Like I listened to the whole thing, but I just want to listen to it again because I need to get those songs in my head. Like Trophy's a good one because I'm pretty sure it's just like it's about her husband or the guy leaving her for like an attractive woman, and it's like you got the trophy. And then it says, for putting up with you. And I'm like, that's an amazing line. It's so good. But the other thing I listened to my Discover a little bit today, just because I had to go and I needed to fix something in my apartment. So I was I just threw on some music. And a song by a guy named Derek Ryan came on, who I had a song by him called Diamond Rings and Old Bar Stools, which is a really, really good song. But I went to him.
Isn't that a song that Tim McGraw covered?
Maybe, or I mean, he might have covered this song because he does release covers. But like he has People Are Crazy on his page too. No. But so I looked him up and just kind of started listening to more of his songs, and he has this song. Well, first off, he's Irish. I didn't know this until I looked him up. Yeah, he's actually from Ireland. He's Irish, and his genre listed is country and Irish. Like that's That's his thing. And so
Irish is now a genre. Nice.
Yeah, so I was listening to it. The genre is one phrase, country and Irish. That's what it's called.
Country and Western, country and Irish,
Yeah, exactly. And he has this song, I seriously, the second we're done recording, look it up. It is amazing. It's called City of Chicago.
Huh.
And it is so good. And I'm going to start binging this guy because I was like, well, because one, Irish sounding music sounds awesome. But and so you mix that with country, and you'll understand the second you listen to City of Chicago. It is an amazing song. But yeah, so I'm gonna start listening to him more because he's phenomenal. His name's Derek Ryan again. But yeah, I'm gonna start binging him some more. I suggest everyone else who's listening look up his song City of Chicago and everything else that he's released too, because it's real good.
Awesome.
Real good.
Absolutely.
But, yeah. So, do you want to do the upcoming CD releases, or do you just want to do that when we do our next episode?
Let's do that when we do the full.
Okay.
Just because I also don't have anything in front of me, so I have almost nothing to contribute because I'm tired and kind of hungover, and my brain's not working, so I won't be able to think of anything right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have the upcoming releases, but yeah, they'll be the March 17th releases. Episode 2 will go up March 18th, but so it'll be a day after the the CDs have released, but they'll still be new releases. It's not like they're gonna expire. So
that's what you think.
Oh, damn it. Okay. All right, so that's about all we need for this little mini episode.
Yeah, just look forward to the episode 2 coming out. Like we said, we're gonna record it in my apartment in Davenport.
It's all gonna be. We're gonna share one mic, so it might sound weird.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be all right because these mics are super awesome, and hopefully we'll be able to pick us all up. But I am not gonna lie, slightly concerned that there might be a shit ton of background noise just because Davenport gets fucking rowdy for St. Patty's Day. But I feel like
ambiance.
Do you remember? I mean, I don't really remember it in my apartment last year hearing that much shit going on, so I feel like we'll be fine.
Yeah, you're far away enough from downtown where I'd feel like it won't.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I feel. But there's a part of me that's like, I want to throw that warning out there just so that if anyone's just like, what the hell is going on when they listen to it, like that could be why.
I mean, I figured the episode's going to be very I mean, not that our episodes are formal really anyway, but it's going to be a very informal episode because.
What do you mean they're not formal? I'm wearing a suit right now.
Yes, we're on YouTube. Everyone's watching.
Wait, people aren't watching me right now?
I see you, NSA.
We're going off the rails.
Yeah, so we're all in conspiracy. Oh, actually, I forgot one last thing. I was listening to this song. It was on my Discover, and I obviously don't want to bring politics into our show and everything. But there's this song. I'm sure you might have heard it. It's called "I Think My Dog's a Democrat," and it's so funny. It is hilarious. I just look it up after this. It's so funny. It's called "I Think My Dog's a Democrat," and I was laughing my ass off listening to it just because it's making fun of Democrats because our genre of music is very, very conservative, but. It's really funny. I suggest looking it up when we're done. But so that's about wraps up our little mini episode. This will come up midweek and hopefully tide you all over until Saturday because I know you're all waiting for our episodes. And then from then on, unless it's an episode where we are able to get together on a weekend, our episodes will probably go up every Thursday evening. Probably, or else Wednesday if we. I don't know. I want to make it consistent. So
yeah, I don't know. You're the one that puts them up, so you do it.
It'll probably be Thursday evenings because I listen to podcasts Thursday and Friday, so everyone else can do that too. But yeah. So that's about it for our first mini episode. I'm sure we might do some more throughout the rest of the time we're doing this little half episodes of revisiting artists that we've already talked about and kind of talking a little more, getting a little more into them. But
hopefully we actually remember to answer the main question of the show next time.
I'm just going to put a sign in front of my face that says, country, not country sellout. Say it. Oh. But yeah, so, yeah. And then next episode, we're going to talk about the great Sam Hunt. So look forward to that.
Of course. And like always, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Smoke Signals.
Smoke Signals, yes. I do those weekly.
All major carrier pigeon platforms.
Yes. But just you have to check your local carrier to make sure that our pigeons are compatible. God damn it. So yes, soundclouds.com/thehodgecast or the Hodge. You can find the Hodge Podcast on iTunes. Finally, I'm so happy that's up. Facebook is the Hodge Podcast or the Hodge Podcast on Twitter, or it's at the Hodgecast. I'm facebook.com. You can find me Steve Hodge Music or at Steve Hodge Music on Twitter. You're at Churchford. It'll all be in the descriptions. You can look it all up, and you can find us and stalk us online because we post all of our personal information, including credit card. So
front and back.
Yes, exactly. You need to get that security code. Yeah. So until next time. Goodbye, good night, and good Charlotte.